this is probably the hardest video I'll ever have to make. I really wish it didn't come to this, but in light of recent events, I feel like I need to address it because a lot of people have been asking me what are my thoughts on this, because it is a huge blow to the community, and I feel like it wouldn't be right if I didn't share my thoughts on it because it affects a lot of us. Recently, a YouTuber who goes by the name of Dennis Goatman the Hoot 007 made a video where he lashed out at the community, and he left a mark. He did some damage, and honestly, I'm sorry. I really didn't want to make this video, but okay, here we go. So, for a little backstory on what happened, on May 7th of this year, Dennis released a pretty shocking video. It really rocked the community pretty hard. Now, the title of that video was "People who like the SpongeBob movie game are dumb and should kill themselves." And now, see, I know Dennis. Like, I've exchanged a few DMs with him, and you know, he seemed like a pretty silly guy. Like, he likes to pull the odd joke now and again. And I thought maybe this was just one of those. Maybe it was an elaborate prank. But when I was DMing him, he said, "No, like, I'm completely serious. These people are wrong, and they should feel bad, and that if they have an opinion that's different than mine, then theirs is invalidated because I made a video about it and they didn't, and therefore they should feel bad." And I was surprised because this wasn't the Dennis that I knew, and I talked to him. I said, "This doesn't seem right. Like, this doesn't seem right. Why would you do this to your fans?" And he told me, this next part is a bit hard for me, because I really thought that Dennis and I had like a rapport going. I thought we knew each other, and he called me fat, and I don't know why he would say that, because he knows I'm not fat. He knows that, but he called me fat. Why would he do that? He knows I'm not fat. I'm not fat. Knows that. Now, first off, here's one thing that you don't seem to understand, Dennis, is that video games aren't supposed to be fun. You're not supposed to enjoy them all the time. See, what video games are trying to do is that they're trying to emulate life. And life isn't always easy. Life isn't always a cakewalk. I don't know about you, living in your parents' basements like the millennial you are, asking for handouts on welfare, all that jazz. But you know what? Video games aren't there to do that for you. That's what your parents are for. But video games, they're there to challenge you. Video games are here to make you appreciate what's good in your life. And the fact that you don't understand that shows just clear ignorance on your part. Now, here's one thing I've always disliked about all your videos, is that whenever you try and like present your own opinion, you try and back it up with things that I don't agree with. And that's pretty fucked up when you think about it. Like, the way you say things makes me think that I'm not always right. And that's pretty scary. Like, that you could do some serious damage to my self-esteem. And the fact that you aren't considering my feelings when making your videos is honestly pretty shitty of you. And I hope that you're able to move past this point in your life and just grow up and not do that. And another thing, you are one of the most biased YouTubers I've ever met, because you know what? You did not play this game for 70 hours when you were 9 years old. You didn't always watch the show every time it came on. You didn't make fan fiction. You didn't stay in touch with the SpongeBob community, and you have no idea what the meta speedrunning game for this game is. So clearly, you don't have enough personal attachment to this game, and you have not attached enough of your personal identity to this game to have a valid opinion on it. I have played more of this game for longer than you have, and am therefore more qualified to be right about it. But you also said another thing. You said one thing that truly pushed you over the line. You said that this is the worst game ever made. Really? And I gotta ask you, is this game really worse than Cancer? Than Cancer, Dennis? Is this game worse than 9/11? 9/11. Think on that. Because if you truly believe that, then you are the least American person I know, and you don't deserve to live in the greatest country on earth. Oh my God. Now here's the thing, Dennis. If that was all that happened, if your silly video that you make on the internet for views and your fans, if that's all you did, I might be able to forgive you. I might be able to move past this and just accept that you made a mistake. But no, you crossed a line. You went too far. You insulted Octopus Joey, who has been driving this community for years. He has been an integral member of this community. Great guy. Go check out his stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. He is a pioneer for the SpongeBob internet video game review community. And you go on Twitter and insult his green screen. How dare you? I learned everything I ever knew about green screens from him. He helped me out of a dark time in my channel. He helped me out with my green screen. And see, I even got a green screen right here. This is the one that I made with his help. He was a saint the whole time, and you go on Twitter and shit on his green screen. I don't even know you anymore. I'm sorry. Sometimes you think you know people, but really, you don't. Once again, I'm really sorry that so many of you got caught up in all this drama. It's been a tough week for the SpongeBob Internet video game review fan base. It's because we've been through so much as a community. We've been ridiculed by the general public. We've been laughed at by our peers and our parents. But so I guess to summarize, Lambhoot is a bad person. He is a fake friend, a poser, and just a terrible human being. And I hope he jumps off a cliff and dies, because what he seems to fail to understand is that I attach so much of my personal identity to a video game that I liked as a child that whenever I feel my opinion is threatened by other people disagreeing with it, I feel bad. And I shouldn't ever feel bad, just as a general rule. So the fact that he's making me feel that way means that he is wrong. We just have to move on, because when people like Dennis threaten us, we just need to get rid of them and move on. So thanks, everyone. Thanks for all you've done. Fuck video games.